Yo, what's up guys, my name is Mr. Freeze2244. In this video, I just wanted to go over some of the things that I'm fearing with this new Year 2 content that's going to start coming out from January 20th, starting from tomorrow if you're watching it the day earlier. And I'm going to go through them step by step of all the stuff that was revealed. And I'm going to just go over, basically, like I said, some of my worries I'm having about this content overall on reflection. I've been having to think about it for the past week or so. So the first thing they revealed in the reveal itself, or Year 2 content, is Elusive Target Arcade. They're saying this is a new concept, but how they've described it is you've basically got 3 elusive targets that we've already played, and they're going to be played back to back. And with each elusive target, apparently they're going to add complications or new challenges in reward in these particular elusive targets. Say for example you play the first one and it's probably just a straight up contract. The second one is probably going to have an additional challenge like, I don't know, hide the body or poison the target. The third one will have an increased challenge to it. But it just seems to me, upon reflection, that it seems like they've taken the concept of an escalation, which people do not enjoy anymore, and they've just, instead of using new escalations or coming up with new escalations, they've just replaced them with elusive target contracts. And if you fail one of these levels, then you are locked out for a 12-hour period. As showing you this screenshot right here, is what's part of the blog. It shows 3 potential arcade levels of the Ellipsis, the Quanta, and the Vitae. And it has 3 elusive targets per one. So like I said, it's 1 out of 3. So it seems to me, it's basically elusive target escalation. Because what I basically described there for an escalation is exactly what's going to be taking place in this arcade. And that doesn't seem interesting to me. I mean, I'm hoping the challenges are actually going to be unique. But that's just me being hopeful. But my fear for it is basically it just seems like it's going to be another escalation-esque type game mode that people are going to be bored of quite quickly. But I don't know yet. Like I said, I haven't played it yet, but that is basically what I'm assuming upon reflection of this. It just seems like you've just got elusive targets that we've already played, and you're playing them back to back now rather than just playing one. And you're going to get rewards after completing this whole set. There's 3 sets as it's shown. I'm not sure how many are going to be shown on release. Maybe you can just going to be just one, and they'll release a new block every couple of weeks or so, every month or so. I'm not sure, but as it is, it's going to be 3 elusive targets back to back, and if you complete all of them, you're going to get a reward, whether it be a pistol or whatever. There's probably going to be some new rewards attached to it, but that's probably going to be the selling point to it, really. That's the reason why people were going to be playing it, because the Hitman 3 elusive targets themselves as individuals haven't been impressive. They've been very straightforward, very easy, and they're not being impressive at all. I'm hoping that the still elusive targets, the regular elusive targets, are still going to be coming as well this year on top of this arcade, but we'll see how that goes. And I'm hoping the rewards are actually going to be interesting and bringing back the electrocution phone or something like that in the future when it comes to the rewards itself. So that's my worry for the elusive target arcade. We'll see, obviously, come tomorrow how it is. We'll check that out. The next thing they revealed is Hitman VR on PC. Now, not everyone's going to have VR, and apparently from a lot of people that have played Hitman in VR on PlayStation, they've said it's a very different experience. Not just the fact that you're playing in VR, they're saying it's a very different experience than to what it is in third person. You've got different kind of like physics and stuff like that involved with it, and it's sort of almost like different kind of rules. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, I purchased a VR headset just last week, so I will be covering VR at some point. Probably going to try and do it in a live stream on the weekend, if I can try and sort that out. It seems a bit complicated for me at the moment. I'm still trying to figure out how to capture my gameplay on PC and capture the sound and my microphone, all without it sounding or looking too terrible. But we're trying to work on that. Also, I'm trying to figure out a way to see the chat as I'm in the VR itself. And obviously the VR isn't going to be lasting too long because I don't want to get tired or too sick or anything like that. So we'll see how that goes. But my worry for that is it's going to be one of those things that is new and exciting for about a week, and then people will get bored of it and they won't touch it again. People have been asking for Hitman on PC in VR for all year since the PlayStation had basically exclusive rights to it. Now it's going to PC. People are excited about it, but It's only going to be for the few people that have these expensive VR headsets, and it's going to be a very niche thing that probably will be, you know, not supported in a few months' time. But we'll see what happens when it comes with that. But that's my worry for the PC VR. Next, it mentions the technology improvements. I can get my words out. Technology improvements, which is the technical improvements. That's what I'm trying to say, technical and technology at the same time in the same word. But it announced the ray tracing that's coming to PC. This game already has great screen space reflections, and it's going to have ray trace reflections, and I don't think the game needs it. And I think it's one of those things that, because ray tracing is such a hit on your GPU, frame rate and all that kind of stuff like that, I don't think many people are going to be using ray trace reflections and ray trace shadows. I mean, I can't tell how good it's going to be yet. They haven't even shown you like an image of what it looks like. They've shown you a little clip of 47 walking past a vehicle and walking past the river in Dartmoor, but I think you get the reflection there anyway, so I'm not completely sure how much that's showing off. It doesn't look that impressive. If that really was the example, it didn't look that impressive to me, but we'll see when it comes out. But it is ray tracing is notorious for having a massive hit on your frame rate, and you'd need the latest cards to get the ray tracing anyway, and the RTX cards to get them anyway. So if you've not got a high-end graphics card, it's not going to be something that's going to be appealing to you anyway. They did announce the Intel XeSS technology, which is basically very similar to DLSS and AMD's version of it. I can't remember what it's called now. Is it FSRR or something like that? But it's basically going to be their own version of that, so that's going to help your frame rate overall. I'm not sure how much it's going to improve the picture and image when combined with ray tracing, but we'll see. When it comes to that point, when ray tracing comes out, I will be doing like a comparison of how it looks on high-end ultra settings on PC compared to ray tracing with ultra settings, and we'll see what the differences are, as well as the Intel XeSS technology that comes with it. They also announced variable rate shading. I thought they had some sort of that sort of thing in the PC version already. I'm not sure, but again, we'll see about that. The next thing is the Hitman trilogy. They announced that. Is it going to be its own single entity now? And are they going to replace Hitman 1, Hitman 2, and Hitman 3? Or are they going to be still sold individually as well as this? Or is this going to replace it? Because the other thing that people are concerned about, they want to get the Hitman trilogy, but they want all the stuff that comes with it as well, including the deluxe stuff and the Patient Zero stuff that comes in Hitman 1. They're worried that they might not get all that stuff, and there's no confirmation about all of the stuff that's included. They just basically said, yeah, this is Hitman 1, Hitman 2, and Hitman 3. They didn't say anything about downloadable content within those things. That's something that needs to be clarified, but my worry is it's not going to come with any of that, and all those other DLCs that you want are going to be additional purchases as access passes, I think. Next thing is the Freelancer mode, which they announced as well. They showed a big safe house. I'll talk about the safe house first, actually. The safe house thing is a really cool idea, but one thing I was worried about initially before they announced this is that they did say at the start that they're going to be showing us new maps. Yeah, maps as in plural, more than one. But they are counting this safe house as a map, first and foremost, which is a disappointing thing, because I thought, okay, if they are counting this safe house as a map, then it looks to be that we might only get a one fully fledged proper map itself. But the problem with the safe house I've got, as cool as it is, and the fact that you can customize it your own way, great. The fact that it's got a shooting range, great. You've got vehicles and contract selector and all that kind of stuff, great. But it seems like one of the things that it's a bit like Grand Theft Auto Online properties, you know. You've got a property in GT Online, you go around the apartment and have a look around, and then after about half an hour to an hour, after you've done everything and interacted with everything, you don't go back there again. Not for the purpose of the place itself. That's my fear for Hitman when it comes to this safe house. It feels like one of those things that you'll customize it how you want, have a look around, interact with as many things as possible, see everything you need to see, and then probably never visit there again. And it seems a bit of a waste of resources to, use making this safe house thing just because Blood Money had it. That's the only thing I can think of reason why they brought this back. is to appease the casual players as well. But I think it's one of those things, like I said, you'll play it for about an hour, have a look around, experience everything there is to experience in there, and probably never go back there again, other than for this freelancer mode, which I'll get into now. This freelancer mode, you've got 8 contracts, and within that contract you've got multiple targets, about 16 targets or so, and you get to choose whatever map you go to take out the targets, and eventually the last contract will lead down to the overall leader of that group. Then you take him out on whatever map you choose. This seems to me like a contract randomizer. So if you take Hitman Roulette, for example, this is basically feels like what it is. And it's, again, I'm not a fan of contracts mode, but this just seems like a contract randomizer. And if that is the case, hopefully I'm wrong. If that is the case, then I don't think I'm going to be that interested in this either, because it's not going to have Diana, because you're a freelancer. You're not going to have any briefings as such, apart from just stuff that's written down, which is basically what you've already got in contracts themselves. So again, I'm a little bit worried about this freelancer game mode coming to it. And after the freelancer mode, what we've got left is the new map reveal. After they announced it's coming out on Steam, but that's not really important. But when they at the end of the trailer, they showed a little bit of the new map. And upon looking back on it, it seems like it's going to be one of them jungle type maps that we've already had before. So you take Santa Fortuna, which is a highly restrictive map. You take, I don't know, Colorado, for example. Haven Island, in fact. They showed this like cross bridge, which looks like have lights all over it. I guarantee you'll probably play that map and you'll have 2 guards at either end. You'll have cameras pointed at the bridge. There's probably trip mines all over that bridge. And that's probably the only route into where you need to go. It seems to, I mean, I'm just speculating here. It just looks like to be one of them sort of maps where it's going to be highly restricted. And I hope I'm wrong. I just really hope I'm wrong. And I hope they don't just make the same mistake of the area being like, for example, the mansion area and in Haven Island. Or the mansion area in Santa Fortuna. Because it's too restricted. Having too many restrictions is not fun, in my opinion. But I'm hoping I'm wrong. I hope it's nothing like that. I hope it's completely great and cool, and I hope we get to see more a little bit in the few weeks coming. And then down the line, they did say this is going to be coming out later this year. They didn't even say it's the spring. But the freelancer mode's coming from the spring, so that could be between March and May. So we'll see when that comes out. But yeah, they're all my concerns really for this New Year 2 content that they've revealed so far. I hope that I'm wrong on quite a lot of this stuff, and I hope that they are really fun game modes to play repeatedly and stuff that we can come back to and play all the time. And hopefully I'll have plenty of content to record and stream this year for you guys to enjoy. But there are my concerns for this Year 2 content anyway. Overall, I'm still excited about this stuff. It is new content after all, and it is something we haven't seen before. So let's hope that it's a pretty good one. And yeah, thank you very much for listening to me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments themselves. Subscribe if you are brand new to the channel, and hit the bell notification to be notified of all future videos and live streams. I will be covering the Elusive Target Arcade tomorrow, including as well as the patch notes that come live. The Steam release will be out at 7 PM Central European time, so that's when you're looking for the Steam release. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers.